God's wrath, dragons awakening, demons lurking, monsters unleashed, giants clash, witches curse, God's fury, demons feast, horror reigns, underworld wars.
The cries of mortals echoed through the heavens, a cacophony of despair and grief that tore through the fabric of the cosmos. Their voices, trembling with sorrow and rage, reached the ears of Marduk, supreme god of the divine race. High upon his celestial throne, he listened, his brow furrowing with deep, simmering anger. The world below had been ravaged by giants, and the sacred pacts, ancient agreements meant to keep balance between the seven races, had been shattered.
Enough! The giants have defied the will of the gods, and they will pay dearly for their transgression.
The gods take their places, and a heavy silence fills the hall. Marduk stands at the center, his gaze sweeping over the assembled deities. When he speaks, his voice is like the roar of 1,000 storms.
The giants have violated the sacred pacts. They have attacked the humans, slaughtering them without mercy. This defiance cannot stand.
They have grown bold. Perhaps they believe the pacts no longer bind them. We must remind them of their place.
The giants are powerful, but not invincible. A direct confrontation may lead to greater chaos. We must be strategic. An example must be made, but we must also consider the consequences of our actions.
You are right. As always, we will strike, but we must restore order, not deepen the rift between the races. Anzu, you shall lead our army against the giant. Teach them a lesson they will never forget. Drive them back to their mountains and remind them of the consequences of defying the gods.
As you command, Marduk, I will gather our forces and prepare for the attack. The giants will tremble before us.
Satisfied, Marduk dismisses the council. One by one, the gods dissolve into mist and light, returning to their domains. But as Anzu departs, a shadow passes over his heart. He has never feared battle, yet something about this task feels different, an unease he cannot shake. Still, he pushes the feeling aside. The dawn of war is near, and the wrath of the gods will soon descend upon the earth. The night was heavy with anticipation, the stars hanging low in the sky, as if they too were watching the events unfold. In the heart of the divine city of Eridu, Anzu gathered the celestial legions, their armor gleaming in the pale light of the moon. The warriors of the divine race stood ready, their weapons forged from stardust and their spirits burning with righteous fury. But Anzu, their leader, was not among them. Instead, he had retreated to the great hall, where the echoes of the gods' voices still lingered in the air. There he found a goblet of ambrosia, the nectar of the gods, placed upon a marble pedestal. It was a gift, a reward for his impending victory, and its allure was impossible to resist. The warriors of the divine race waited outside, their spirits eager for the fight, but their leader was lost to the world. Slumped against the walls of the hall, his eyes glazed and unfocused. The night deepened, the stars moved across the sky, and the hour of the attack drew closer, but Anzu remained unmoving. As dawn broke, Marduk stood upon the walls of his celestial palace, his eyes fixed on the world below. But as he waited, no army appeared. A terrible sense of foreboding settled over him.
Marduk, I can explain.
Silence! You have betrayed the trust of the gods. You have failed. The giants will go unpunished because of you. This is unforgivable.
Marduk, we understand your anger, but Anzu is still one of us. Let us not be hasty.
He has betrayed us. He must pay the ultimate price.
hall is filled with the smell of ozone and charred flesh. The gods recoil in shock at the suddenness and brutality of Marduk's action. Anzu's fate is sealed, and the heavens themselves seem to mourn the fall of the once great warrior. Tiamat's voice rang out, filled with anguish as she rushed forward, her wrathful form trembling with fury and despair. She knelt beside her brother, her eyes burning with tears as she cradled his charred body in her arms.
You have gone too far, Marduk. Anzu is my brother, and you have slain him without mercy. This is unforgivable.
He brought this upon himself. You know the consequences of defying the divine order.
You will regret this. Marduk, you may be the supreme god, but even you are not beyond retribution. You have made an enemy today.
Tiamat, we understand your grief, but this is not the way. Let us not compound tragedy with further bloodshed.
Your pain is great, sister, but remember that we are all bound by the same laws.
Perhaps you are right, but I cannot forgive this.
The giants will still face our wrath. We will find another to lead our forces.
We will do what must be done, Marduk. But remember, the bonds between us are fragile.